All right, guys, we're going live. We're doing it. Well, here we are. Welcome to another week of my weekly walkthrough. I've had some pretty good feedback from you guys. I appreciate the few that are watching. Each week it's getting more and more popular, but I'm going to keep doing this because it's fun for me and I think it's providing some value for you guys. So hope you're having a good Passover week, Easter Sunday coming up here, and hope you're having some good quality family time. But I'm out here continuing to work and make content for you guys and provide value and service. And so this week I wanted to get back in here and take you to a really cool spot that a lot of people might not know about. It's a I know this sounds crazy, in Agora Hills, in the bubble. It's a mobile home park. Mobile home park. It's called Seminole Springs, and it is off Mulholland Highway. And we're going to fly there right now. And here it is. Mobile home parks. A lot of people, I don't know, there's a stigma, right? Trailer park, mobile home, can't possibly want to live there or have anything to do with living there. But look, it's a really viable option for people who want to be, in this situation, secluded a little bit, out of the way. It feels pretty rural, but you're still close to stuff. And then let's talk about price point, right? Affordability. I mean, there's not a lot for under $1 million in the bubble, as you all know, and the prices just continue to skyrocket. So these homes are they're in the school district. They're close by everything. You get to be part of what this area has to offer without paying an arm and a leg for it. This is just kind of a quick overview. I've got my friend Google Maps out here again. I'm going to zoom out just so we can get a little bit of some perspective and context as to where we are. Here's Canaan Road over here, Westlake Village. This is the 101, right? 101. Here's kind of downtown Agora Hills. This is Morrison. We talked about Cornell Road. We talked about Medea Valley Estates right over here, right off Canaan Road. And again, you're in the Las Virgenes Unified School District. And then the ocean, of course, is back this way, right? So we get to be close to the ocean here. So here's a little pin drop of where the area is called Seminole Springs. So if you don't know about mobile home parks, something that you should know is you don't own the land. Well, what does that mean? That means that you're leasing the land, right? Some parent company owns all of the land over here, and they decided one day, years ago, that they were going to use that land and create all these mobile home slots so that people could bring in their own houses and hook up to the utilities and have their own little community here. But in return, just like if you rent a place, you rent an apartment or a townhouse or a house, you're paying the landlord rent. So it's the same thing here. You're paying the landlord, who is the owner of this mobile home park. You're paying Seminole Springs rent, which also serves as your homeowners association dues. And this particular place they have a pool, they have a clubhouse, they have an exercise room. So they have all these cool amenities that you would find at another facility like an apartment complex or a condo complex. But so you're paying into that. They also maintain the area around it in terms of landscaping and things like that. So that fee here is around $700, $760 a month. So this particular unit that we're looking at today is 30473 Mulholland Highway, Unit 27. So all of the properties have the same address, and then the unit number is different. And this particular one is listed for $729,000. It's 3-bedroom, it's 2-bath, it's just over 1,500 square feet, and it's really, again, for that price point, you're getting a decent amount of space. So $475 a square foot is on the very low side of what you get in Agora Hills area. Average is a little bit higher than that. So let's go on and let's take a look at some of these photos and just see how this particular person, seller, has kind of set this thing up. So all of them have this kind of outside area, a common driveway, and then some of them have these carports that are covered, some are not. These people particularly, they put these bushes in front to kind of hide the facade of the front, so it feels a little bit more private. And then here we go inside. You can see a common feature that all these share is this vaulted ceiling up here. I'm using my hands like this, as you can see in the picture, but right here, because what it is if you ever heard the phrase double wide, so that's when they move these homes, they transport them because they're mobile. They come in two pieces, and so this particular pitch point right here is actually the halfway point. So you would basically draw a line down the middle, and then you'd split it in half. And so they're put together to create, a larger living space. So you could see they've got an island in here, kitchen, decent size. You would never tell that this is a mobile home. Some of the things that people ask about mobile homes, well, first of all, are they safe? Well, yeah, they're safe. Now, in a fire zone, which of course we are all in a fire zone, especially this neighborhood here, the materials burn a lot easier because they're not made of stone, they're not made of brick, they're made out of very light materials, and that's why they're also less expensive because they have to be mobile, right? Some people, put these are, I would imagine these are, I don't know what kind, it looks like tile countertops. So people use nicer materials inside of them. Flooring, sometimes, I don't know exactly if this is real wood or not. I haven't toured the inside of this place in person, but just looking at it, it doesn't look like it's plastic, but here we are. And so that's one of the downfalls, is the materials are not quite as strong, but again, the trade-off is your price point, right? And look, these are private, right? You've got your own space, which is nice. Little living area here. It looks like it's got a couple of skylights. I think those are skylights. Yep, those are skylights. Make it nice and bright in there. And remember, all of these, any place we ever look at with these pictures, the decor can be distracting, right? You could say, oh, I would never paint my house that color green, or I would never hang that on the wall. But you have to look past that if you're looking at places. You have to be able to know that with a very small price point, you can update all of that stuff. Obviously, all the stuff comes off the walls, but the painting is very easy. Changing out the floor is relatively easy. So keep that in mind when we're looking at these places, and you're just kind of like going like, what are they doing with the color and the furniture in there? It's fun to look at. It's fun to judge for sure, but yeah, here we are. So one of the bedrooms looks like they're using it as an office. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So my guess is they have a primary suite and then a bedroom, a guest bedroom, and then an office they used. Bathroom. Or they just used one bedroom. This looks like another bedroom. This is used for like a little sitting room area. And then this looks like the primary right here. There's a nice ceiling fan in there. Slider out to the patio. Double sink, interesting sink bowls, basins as they call them, right? And then you got your own private little yard, little deck, and looks like some storage shed. And then there's a little unit out here. It looks like, I don't know if they're using that for an office or a studio, art studio possibly. And I don't know if that's what is that, like a little pond? It looks like a pond. I don't know. Kind of funky. A lot of artists come out here and stay out here. It has very Topanga Canyon vibes out here. So, but yeah, you're right in nature. Look at you, back up to nature. We've got a hot tub out here. Here's a little overhead shot. I guess there's that. I don't know if it's the same pond or a different pond, but there's a pond. These are the grounds. So look, I mean, you would never guess you're 7 minutes from a Trader Joe's right here. Here's a community pool you get access to. Like I mentioned, your HOAs are $760 a month. You get access to all of these areas, which are nice. Oh, that's kind of cool. I've never seen a hot tub like that. Community, you don't have to sit too close to your neighbors. You get a little privacy action. It's like a divider and a urinal, right? Men know. Women, trust me. And then here we go. Little gym area. I don't know why that's weird. Oh, I wonder if this is that little exterior unit that we're looking at. They put the laundry and another fridge out here, maybe? I don't know. So let's go back out. So this again is our community right here. Space 27, if we zoom in, it's right here. they all have Indian names on the streets here. And gosh, this satellite image looks really, I think this is an older image. You can tell because there's lots of open spaces here. And I can tell you right now, there's not a lot of open spaces to put homes in this community. This must have been somewhat after the fires, if I had to guess. But yeah. As we pull out more. So remember, when you're here in Seminole Springs, you are very close to Canaan Road, right, which is the main road that takes you to the ocean and to the 101 freeway. You can also stay on Mulholland. It's a little bit more of a rocky drive, but you can take Mulholland and cut back over to, which intersects with some of these other canyons. And then if we go back over here to Agora Hills, you can kind of, again, get a lay of the land. These homes are in the Las Virgenes Unified School District, so that's awesome news for you guys. Yeah, so that's Seminole Springs. Seminole Springs, if you have any questions about this neighborhood or any other neighborhood in the Agora Hills area, feel free to reach out to me. I love helping people find their perfect space in the bubble, and also if you're looking to get out of the bubble and go someplace else, hey, I'm here for that too. Always happy to answer questions, and hope you guys have a great week, and thanks so much again for joining me on this fun weekly walkthrough. Take care, guys.